welcome back to another glorious episode of Super Data Science, the place where fans of Star Trek and Star Wars alike put aside their mutual hatred long enough to enjoy the latest and greatest in the world of virtual reality, big data, machine learning, and artificial intelligence. So with that, let's get started. Our first story, virtual reality and Groundhog Day. Have you ever said to yourself, I really wish they'd make a sequel to that early 90s groundbreaking movie, Groundhog Day? Of course you haven't. No one ever has, because that movie was about as close to perfect as you can get. However, some folks at Sony thought it would be a good idea to make a sequel. And no, not a movie, but a video game using the PlayStation VR. Yes, coming this month, Sony will release a virtual reality version of this amazing movie, where you play as Phil Connors Jr., who just happens to be the son of the guy from the first movie, and he also just happens to be stuck in the same repeating day, just like his dear old dad. So what can you expect from this game? Well, let's see. No Bill Murray and no Andy McDowell, but the creators do promise a lot of fun narratives, and most importantly, you get to walk around at virtual Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. Now, what could be more fun than that? Our next story deals with machine learning and bees. It seems like bees can't catch a break. Whether they're being killed, Africanized, or just dying from unexplained circumstances, bees just have it bad. And if all that wasn't enough, it now seems that they're under threat from a varroa mite, a parasite that infests hives and sucks the blood from both bees and their young. While it rarely kills a bee outright, it can weaken it and cause young to be born similarly weak and deformed. Over time, this can lead to an entire colony's collapse. To prevent this, researchers in Switzerland are using machine learning to help identify potential mite outbreaks before they become a real threat to the colony. But how does this work? Well, since machine learning is really good at making sense out of large amounts of data, researchers have created a system whereby beekeepers can take photos of their hive and then upload them using a smartphone app. They do this repeatedly each day, and then a special machine learning algorithm compares each of the pictures and can identify mites on the bees. Though it's still being developed, this technology has the potential to become an integral part of detecting and eliminating parasite infestations in the future. Our next story deals with artificial intelligence and farming. The term farming has taken on a lot of different meanings in recent years. Everything from the farming experience in World of Warcraft to farming bitcoins. Now it seems to be being applied to artificial intelligence programming. China is hoping to use AI farms to help improve and dominate the artificial intelligence market. But how does it plan to do this? Well, when you're a country of 1.7 billion people, you can just throw bodies at the problem. And that's exactly what they're doing. By creating giant AI technology farms that employ hundreds of thousands of young workers, Chinese tech firms are hoping they can get an edge in the highly competitive artificial intelligence development world. Think of it like an assembly line for AI. Workers at these farms look at the same basic lines of code each day and make corrections to improve the AI's responsiveness or its suggestions. Though this can be redundant and monotonous work, it might be exactly what gives China an edge in the future of artificial intelligence design. And now for the part of the show that keeps you coming back each week, cats versus technology. Our final story deals with machine learning and security. In 2015, during the Chinese New Year, 36 people were crushed to death during a stampede leading up to that celebration. Hoping to prevent this kind of tragedy from ever happening again, China's security officials are using facial recognition technology and machine learning to quickly identify bottlenecks and surges in groups or crowds. Once seen, orders will be given to local security officers and riot police to direct and disperse participants to prevent large herds of people from cramming into the same place. This coming new year will be the first time such a method will be tested and could prove a valuable and life-saving line of defense for the future. Well, that's our episode this week. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you check out the other great resources and videos at the Super Data Science homepage. Catch you next time.